What's up, guys and girls? B2 checking in with the South Africa game. Directly after, I'm going to go into game 2 and game 3 for checkups in those two games. This one is Venezuela. This one is Argentina, I believe. Play so many games against so many people, right? So without further ado, let's load it up and take a look at it. So much has gone on. It actually is loaded twice, so let me close that off. But stuff is really progressing, and so we've gotten through the rebuild here down in South Africa, and you can see where we're taking back over Madagascar, I believe, is this occupied province of Madagascar. It is. So great kid movie, by the way. So you can see we've started to get some stacks here of some coverage against the missiles. We got caught cheating a little bit earlier in the game. Let it be a lesson that you really need to have rounded stacks, or someone's going to a seasoned player like India is going to come behind you and wipe you out. Luckily, there is so much more going on elsewhere in the map that India could not maintain and focus on us in here. So we kind of got lucky, right? We're able to take this land back where he shot in all the way across into Namibia. Like, it was really just a bad look. The last city was Pemba to take back. I took back this one last night. Now I'm going to grab this land and get some VPs. I don't want to show you this side of the map yet. I want to show you up top here. We've kicked them out of Saudi Arabia. So it was somebody else's, then it was ours, then it was theirs, now it's ours again. Some of these towns went rogue, so we're going back and cleaning them up. France has done just an amazing job of marching through the map. If we pan out and we look, you can see just a great job taking over Europe. Spain, fantastic job in northern Africa to allow us to push out. We really struggled early game while France was land grabbing. He just really did well. So I'm going to zoom back in because I don't want to show you the India side yet. But so we got Belarus, who joined us late. We finished the push here. Then Russia pushed us back in, and we surged back out. And you can see where we have now just really gone. I was in St. Pete way over here not even a week ago, and now you can see how we've land grabbed across. So Belarus is taking the middle, I'm taking the top, and at the bottom you're going to see in France and Spain. So I'm going to land grab Russia. The rest of these should be fairly open territories. No one really guards this whole area all the way to the tip. Just the tip, right? So I'm going to land grab this and then try to bring this one. I just sent a solo unit. It'll probably get killed off, but at least I could land grab a little bit, which gives me time, right? If I see those lands being taken, it's not hard to adjust to those. And then we're going to grab this city on the way through, Novosibirsk. It's an 8. I'm expecting it to be well defended, but we're going to come in at a 158, 163 with maxed out units. I'm hoping that will make a difference. I'm hoping that they'll be guarding here with anti-air or maybe some sort of air force that will knock out of the sky. You just never know. I'm not going to spend the gold to open up his lands. Not worth it to me. For a guy who's only got a handful of cities left, if I look at him, he's holding 6 cities, 124 VPs. We've killed off quite a bit of his units, so I'm going to take a chance here to jump out and see if I can grab this land before it comes across. Norway still has 1 city somewhere. Where is that at? Oh, it's probably Iceland, if I would imagine. Yeah, so that was a good land grab on his choice, but with 1 city and those VPs, he won't have the resources to regather. So, and it looks like, yeah, Belarus is going to go after him, or France. My man France going after the last city. So that'll get taken care of. I'm expecting to take this city off of India's hands. I can't imagine he's defending these two way out here. And the only reason I say that is because if you look further down, look how far we've pushed in. I say we, but France and Spain have absolutely crushed the land in here. We've got ships. We're going to take out his actual elite unit. You can see that he's going to get pretty worked pretty quick. So this group is going to fire in 23 minutes. That group's going to fire in another hour. I don't see him taking 11 ships, even with his naval commander down here as well. I just don't see him being able to stand up to that. And so we've been doing ops in here. I've got some spies in New Delhi, or had, but I've been going through on the sabotage rank. So, we've been sabotaging his builds and his stuff and his capital. We've been campaigning that pretty hard. And then this is his level 5 port, I believe, or is it Mumbai? I can't remember yet. He's got a level 5 naval base down here that's damaged. So we've actually been doing some work on here. He's not going to be bringing back any troops anytime soon, as far as if you got his naval base over here is a 4, so he's probably going to be building that soon. But you can look around the map. He's just not going to be able to bring any ships out. This will be conquered soon, this city, so no port there, but he has a level 5 arms that's damaged. So we're pretty much just trying to knock out his ability to produce troops. He's the main target. If we look on the diplomacy menu and we look at total VPs, India is that number 3 spot. So we're going to knock him down and out, hopefully take him out of the top 10 and neutralize him. You can see that Japan left that alliance and wants a truce at 38 cities and 488. Like, I just don't see there being a lot of competition. And so what I've done is I've focused on some land grab units up top here, right? So we're going to try to boost the VPs, because if we look, if we click on the coalitions and sort, we're going to need 2,300 more VP, right? So that's accomplished in a couple different ways. If you look at your cities, you can see, like right now, Port Elizabeth, see how much is developed on here? It's worth 10 victory value points at a population 8. And so if you work on building the rest of these cities up, you're going to see them basically be worth a lot more points, right? 9s and 7s, and they're just worth a ton, man. So it's worth it to go back through, and if you have extra supplies, which I don't, I'm really low on supplies, but if you have extra resources, you can go through and build. I've got extra everything except supplies, and I bought 5,000 off the market today. So what I did was go into my cities and start building some in some of these other. You can sort by this box. I've started building some arms industries in some of these other cities to try to boost production up. If I can jam some more economic value in and raise the VPs in some of those cities, raise the populations, like that's kind of the way to go while we're fighting over here, right? So I am going to not produce anything more city-wise on the economic and go all military. I want to build 3 more good stacks, well-rounded stacks to push through here on here, right? So that's the South Africa game. If I head back out and pop into my Venezuela game, things are going well here too, right? So if you look, really, what we're looking to do here is get established. It's still early in the game. And I don't want to get pushed back on here, so we're edging forward kind of slow, and it's loading. You can tell the wife is probably watching Netflix downstairs when the game takes that long to load. We'll check our thing. We eliminated another unit, but that was in Italy, and I'll show you that part of the map in a minute because we're fighting a couple of fronts. I was able to come down here and knock out some Brazil units, grabbing some more stats. That was all it was really for. We grabbed a couple of open territories down here that were red, so we're just trying to shorten the map. Montevideo is Russia. I wanted to grab this land here, but I just can't get through it because I'd have to negotiate with Russia, right? And I just kind of want to hold them back. They're top dog on the map. If you sort on the VPs, Russia's making a grab 59 cities. There's good and bad. When you expand fast, it gives the ability to get beat fast. But as we're starting to land grab some cities, I needed some more land, right? So if I look up here, we are in a little bit of a match with Mexico now too, and you can see he's defending. He's trying to come in here, but we're taking the cities. So I grabbed Managua, and I'm going to grab Tegucigalpa, and move forward on here. So I'm going to land grab around the corner, heading towards Guatemala City. I'm hoping this 4 stack will be done. I'd like to see this city not burning. 3% insurgency, but that's only because I have 2 units in there. I'm at war with 5 nations, so that -10 really does hurt. Neighboring morale hurts. Like, there's so much stuff smoking and on fire. That's the hazard of going through. We finished grabbing some land over here, where U.S. grabbed Port-au-Prince, and we grabbed the rest of the Santo Domingo, on the Dominican Republic side, right? So we'd wrap those islands. I need a naval force to land on these, and I just don't feel like building it just to take that piece of land. But there's a Brazil piece here with the same thing, so I might just build one later on in the game and research it to knock those ones out, right? It would also help me get down to this one, so not worth it for 3 provinces. But the big fight's over in Italy. And I think we're just about wrapping up Italy here. He's got a couple of randoms over here, some randoms over there, that went rogue. But these are Italy, which that should be taken easily. When that town stops smoking, U.S. will run through and grab those provinces, right? So, but we are going to finish off this. We're going to bring that 6 over to Naples, which has been taken. But we wanted to finish off this and then beat whatever's in Salerno here. The ship is bombing it, so whatever's there won't be there long. But just in case, we want to wrap up Italy, and I think the play is going to be. I think the play's probably going to be moving to Germany if I can guess. To head over here into Greece and Egypt, I don't want to get into a land war. Egypt being down here, Libya, I just don't know what's going to happen next. I think we want to finish Europe, insulate some of our gained ground, and push forward without making a front that has like a U shape. You want to make the smallest front that you can, right? So that's a pretty good update on the Venezuela game. Pretty comfortable down here. Not a lot of action going on. If anybody's going to land, they usually land on the side of Brazil. So my capital's a little insulated, but we're going to build some defenses in there once we knock Mexico out. That way we don't have the fear of someone landing in there. So let's take a look at the Argentina game. So the Argentina game has been pretty fun. It's really been. I thought I was out of this game early, to be honest. I thought that it was going to be. I had to beg to get into an alliance to spare me, basically, because Brazil was just knocking me off the map. We've been able to charge back against Brazil, and you can see he's got some units coming out here. So I don't know what the stats are going to be on this, but let's go ahead and set this to attack now that we know it's in range. So let's attack, and then we'll attack on 2 different sides. And get that going, right? So we want to take out as many of his troops as we can. He keeps moving to take the lands back over here. His armored battalion can't take it. He's going to fight the city. I don't know, 13-3 with a 4 offense and a 32 with an 8 offense. Bye-bye, Canada. But what Canada does, and I love this strategy, never really works out great for me, but Canada does land grabs, and you can see just grabbed a bunch of VPs in this area, forcing Brazil to move out of his cities or starve on VPs, right? Because we took Recife, Salvador, Rio, and Sao Paulo, and Porto Alegre. So we took 6 cities in the past week from Brazil. That's going to hurt. So if you look at the total VP map on here now, we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm probably the lowest ranked. Nope, Ukraine is the lowest ranked on here. Matthew 61, great player though. Having some internal struggles with some of the other members as far as he's got 18 cities and a ton of troops, but it won't move out. And I'll show you that. I mean, I don't necessarily think he's wrong. I don't necessarily think he's wrong. But when you're land grabbing this big on day 22, you're not getting hit with a lot of units that are going to force you to stop. So we just pretty much, the alliance just ran free through Europe. So you've got Ukraine is actually in the middle of leaving, and he's making some moves to just grab some extra land and then consolidate his troops, it looks like. So he's going to leave the alliance, probably join someone else. Him and France got into it in the messages, but I try to stay neutral on there. We do have a pretty good jump start. Losing Ukraine's not going to hurt us, but his troops, which are plenty over here, will be tough stacks to deal with. So I don't know what's going to shake out as far as right of ways and everything else. Who is this down here? Romania. Yeah, Romania's done. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. We're trying to knock out the rest of Africa as well, little pockets of stuff and resistance and rogues to finish off in Mali as they ran through. And then I'm going to still be hammering on with Brazil, right? So what is this? Is this a ship on ship? Is this that's a frigate. So yeah, those two will be bye-bye. No defense, no strength. His frigate should do some pretty good damage, but he's trying to get out of that city because he knows the ship is going to bombard him. So anyway, that's the update as far as Conflict of Nations. I'm thinking of starting a 4th game in about, I don't know, maybe let's say the first of the year. We'll try to join a game. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What part of the map do you want to start in? What countries do you want to try to get? And then let's get a pre-made 5-man and run a map and have fun with it. So I'll put that in the comments, and then I'll put that in the description. So let's see what happens. Hope you guys are doing well. I'll talk to you soon.